X-Men Apocalypse is the third film in the rebooted X-Men universe, following X-Men First Class and X-Men Days of Future Past. Worshipped as a god since the dawn of civilization, the immortal Apocalypse, played by Oscar Isaac, becomes the first and most powerful mutant. Awakening after thousands of years, he recruits the disheartened Magneto, played by Fassbender, and other mutants to create a new world order. As the fate of the Earth hangs in the balance, Professor X and Raven lead a team of young X-Men to stop their seemingly invincible nemesis from destroying mankind. Returning from the previous films are James McAvoy as Professor Charles Xavier, Michael Fassbender as Magneto, Jennifer Lawrence as Mystique/Raven, and Nicholas Hoult as Beast. Joining them this time around is Oscar Isaac as Apocalypse, Sophie Turner as Jean Grey, and Sheridan as Cyclops. I really enjoyed the first two acts, but it was the third act where it started to fall apart, and the end battle, especially, was a little bit disappointing and anticlimactic. Once again, the dynamic and chemistry between McAvoy and Fassbender as Professor X and Magneto is wonderful. Michael Fassbender continues to prove that he's one of the best actors of our generation, and McAvoy once again turns in a great performance as Charles. Now, I know a lot of my friends are asking about the Quicksilver scene. Oh my goodness, if you enjoyed the Quicksilver scene in Days of Future Past, you are in for a treat this time around because it was awesome. Now, I know a lot of fans and early reviewers have taken issue on the appearance of Apocalypse, how he looks, but I thought Oscar Isaac was very good in the role. The heavy makeup and voice modulation really worked for the most part. Another issue that a lot of the early reviewers and early fans that have seen the movie have a complaint about is the performance by Jennifer Lawrence. I thought she was great in Days of Future Past, and in that film I really started to think that she was coming into her own and embracing the character. Here, though, it's a little bit of a step back. I'm not going to be quite as harsh as a lot of critics are who claim that she was just phoning it in, but I definitely understand where they're coming from. One point that I do agree with the early reviews and the critics that have seen the film early is the ending. I think it sucks, and as I mentioned earlier, the end battle really seemed anticlimactic to me. Maybe I'll change my mind during subsequent viewings, but seeing it tonight, I really left disappointed in the ending. This is a pretty long movie, clocking in at about 2.5 hours, and after a while you do start to feel the length a little bit. For me, I felt it starting to drag near the end of the second act, beginning of the third act. Not too badly, but I think that's where the film started to lose some of its steam and momentum. One moment that made me chuckle a little bit was a scene where some of the students go out to watch Return of the Jedi. This movie takes place in 1983, and Return of the Jedi is in theaters. As they're walking out, Jean Grey says something like, "The third movie in every trilogy is always the worst one." I found that a little bit ironic because I do feel this is the weakest of the three films in the rebooted franchise. It's not a horrible movie by any means. And a coworker, as I was leaving, asked if I thought it was better than Batman vs. Superman. I don't know right now if it's better or worse. I do know that this movie is much less disappointing than Batman vs. Superman was. That much is for sure. This is definitely a movie that you want to see in theaters on the biggest screen possible with as many fellow fans as possible, because I think that will definitely increase your overall enjoyment. It's certainly a summer popcorn movie, as it were. Not a great movie by any means. I don't think that too many people are coming into this movie expecting Citizen Kane, but it's still very enjoyable, and I can forgive most of the flaws. Overall, this isn't quite as good a movie as X-Men Days of Future Past was. That movie from 2 years ago really set the bar pretty damn high for the sequel. Now, that said, this is still a pretty solid film. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Sure, it has its problems, but not too many of them are devastating or detract from the enjoyment that much. I'm going to give X-Men Apocalypse a 3.5 out of 5. You guys, thank you so much as always for watching. I know that I promised reviews of the rest of the X-Men franchise, as well as the first Neighbors movie and Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland by this point. Those reviews are coming. I'm still having a little bit of computer issues, and I thought that it's most important to review new movies as they come out. The older legacy films, franchise movies, those reviews can wait, but they should be up on the YouTube channel by Monday at the latest. And speaking of the YouTube channel, be sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of my reviews. Also, please bookmark the website, jeffitosmovieblog.com, like me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter. Links for all that is down below in the description like always. I'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning with my weekend box office predictions, and I'll see you again tomorrow night with my review of Alice Through the Looking Glass, the sequel to Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, which that review, like I said, is going to be up probably no later than Monday. Until next time, I'll see you at the movies. Bye-bye.